The first step when creating a slab construction clay piece is to make a drawing of what you want your piece to look like when it's done. This drawing should be in 3D so that when someone is looking at it, they know what your intention is to make. It should also include the sizes for how big you want your piece to be and like the measurements for each side so that when you do the next step, you know how big to cut your tagboard. The next step is to use your measurements from your drawing and cut out the pieces that you need to build your piece out of tagboard. So for this example, I have 3 pieces that are 2 inches by 5 inches, and I'm going to tape them together so that I start to build the 3D shape that's in my picture. Because I have an irregular shape, I know that each side needs to be 5 inches, but I don't know the specific angle. So I'm going to use the shape that I just made to draw out how big the bottom needs to be. Then I will cut out that shape and attach it to the sides that I've already made just to make sure one more time that it fits together. Next, I'm going to take my ball of clay that I've cut off of the block, and I'm going to throw it down on my cloth a few times to get the air bubbles out. Next, I'm going to start to throw it at a slight angle so that it begins to flatten out like a pancake. Once it's slightly flat, then I can grab my rolling pin and flatten it out the rest of the way. I will know that I'm done rolling because when I look at the thickness of the side, it'll be about 1/4 inch, maybe slightly less. Then I can take my model and peel my pieces apart very carefully and line them up on my clay slab. I will use these pieces to cut out pieces of clay that are the right size for my project. I'm going to set these pieces aside onto a board that will keep them flat overnight, and then I need to start to roll out another piece of clay because my triangle bottom did not fit on that slab. I'm going to put my triangle piece on my board with my side pieces, and then I'm going to wrap them in a plastic bag. I am not going to add anything in the bag to keep my clay wet because between now and the next time I work on it, I want my slabs to dry out just a little bit. Don't forget to put your name on your bag while it's sitting there overnight. I have my slab pieces pulled out ready to go. If I pick one up and I shake it a little bit, or even if I just pick it up, I notice that it's stiff, so I know they're ready to put together. Because my shape is not a square box, I'm going to trim a little bit of clay off to make my angles fit. Then I'm going to pick up my slanted pieces that I just cut and make clay boogies on the sides that are going to touch each other. So only where clay is going to touch clay do I want to make these clay boogies. I'm going to do it in every single spot. This starts to turn the clay into a sort of glue. When I'm done roughing up my clay, I'm going to add a tiny bit of water on one of the sides that I want to attach together. This is going to turn my clay a little bit soft. I'm going to squish the two ends together that I want to attach, and a little bit's going to kind of ooze out. I want to smooth this crack together so that I can't even tell that it was two pieces. It just looks like one. I'm going to do that on every single part that I want to attach together. Once I've finished smoothing out all the corners, I'm going to take my base and make sure that the pieces that I just made fit on top of it. If they do, I'm going to rough up that edge where my sides are going to attach. I'm also going to rough up the sides where the sides are going to attach to my base. Next, add water to one of the sides that's going to attach together. Remember, this makes the clay boogers turn into kind of a glue. Very carefully pick up your base and put your two clay boogered up sides together. Push down firmly, but not so firmly that you distort your sides. And then pick it up and smooth out the cracks so that we can't tell that it was two pieces of clay connected together. Look at where my pieces are connected. You can't hardly see any crack or any line. I know my pieces are connected because I can't tell where they were put together. There's also some little rough spots that I'm going to get rid of. And then I'm going to write my name on the bottom so that I can read it later and I know it's mine. The last thing you need to do is put it somewhere safe to dry.